So we are live. This is episode 2 of the quarantine interviews. We're going to throw these on the Trinity podcast. I'm here with the newest rider of the Trinity team, Jackson Burklund. Jackson, how's it going, man?
Dude, pretty good. Can't complain.
Hell yeah, dude. So what's it been like being locked down? Are you still out there getting after it, I would assume?
Yeah, definitely. Lots of productivity has increased immensely with this lockdown. Skate parks are closed. Kids are out riding the street. Me and my boys are filming like every day. It's been pretty good.
Hell yeah, dude. It's almost like a blessing in disguise, kind of, for some people. Like us too, we've actually been able to ride a bit more because there's no excuses, dude. What are you doing? You're at home. Let's go get after it.
Dude, exactly. Like, yeah, once a week we get out. Like, it lines up with my buddy's schedules, which it should, because no one's working.
Yeah.
We get out, mob down to Seattle, get out the cameras and film. We're getting a lot of clips lately and just finding new spots, which has been good. Yeah, spots have been opening too, which is
man. That's what it's all about. So, how far a trek is it for you to Seattle?
It's like an hour and a half, but I got a good car for it, so usually it takes like me $5 to get down there. So I got buddies down there, so we'll spend like a day or two down there. So it's always good.
Okay. And where you're at right now, are you allowed to be more than two people in a car at the moment?
I mean, probably not, but like it's like, I don't know, like the boys I've been hanging out with has been controlled. I've been hanging out with like the same dudes and stuff, so like we're not trying to get around to like really branch people that we're hanging out with. So it's like
trying to do anything stupid,
yeah. I mean, we're not like the best about it, but we're definitely doing what we can. Nice cross shots.
I think you're able to edit that one out, dude.
Keep it in. It's too good. Fuck yeah.
Oh, my bad, G. My bad.
You know, it's chill. No, but fucking, yeah, dude. It's honestly like, yeah, the quarantine's made it like way, like, I feel like people are more motivated to ride, like, cause like they have nothing else to do. So like we've just been riding a ton, which is great.
There's no excuses, man. Normally I'd be working like all week, and then usually like sometimes on the weekend too. And then there's like that one day that maybe a few people can get out and ride, but we're able to look up to next week, like check the weather. Because right now in Montreal, like it literally snowed the other morning.
Yeah,
you can't ride when it snows, but
yeah,
we've been checking the weather and when we can get after it. We're like, all right, in 2 days, everyone get ready, fucking don't do anything stupid, and we'll go shred. And man, dude, we're riding from like noon till 7, which normally you can't do because there's just so much going on. But man, there's nothing going on. Like I'm sunburned right now just from being outside all day. It's beautiful.
Dude, I feel it. Like, dude, like the last few days, it's hit like 76 over here, which is way too damn hot for me.
Yep.
I'm used to way colder. I mean, I feel like you'd understand that, but
yep.
Yeah, so that's been great. We've been taking advantage of that for sure. And like, yeah, it's been great. And businesses are closed too, so it's like heat is low, so you can ride a spot that's usually you'll get kicked out in like 10 minutes for like 2 hours, which is a blessing. I mean, yeah, so thank you, COVID, I guess, but also fuck COVID, but you know.
Double-edged sword, you know.
Totally.
At least we're finding some good in it, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And I can't just sit at home all day. Like, dude, I'm gonna go crazy. Dude. Yeah, it's not worth it.
You're not the gamer type.
Actually, lately I do have to say, me and my roommates have been playing Warzone like crazy. New Call of Duty one. So I've been playing a lot of video games at night, but during the day it's just school and scootering. That's about it.
Right. That's what it's all about, dude. And like you said, you guys are heading down to Seattle and you're filming like as much as you can. What are you filming for right now?
So yeah, I don't know if I want to totally put that out there, but I got something coming hopefully here. I mean, I'll tell you afterwards, but I don't want to keep it secret.
All right, no stress.
Yeah, exactly. So I got something coming. Hopefully, it all works out. Shit aligned.
Yep, that's sick. And who's like your go-to squad? Like, who's the go-to crew if it's time to be productive today?
Definitely, number one person is my boy Helson Diaz. He's a local up here in Bellingham.
Right.
Puerto Rico. And then, so that's me and him, and then I got my buddy Zach Lorenz. He rides for TSI. He also lives up here right now. Right. So it's us three going out, which is great. It's a small squad. We can really get productive. But then when we go down to Seattle, we meet up with Alex Blum. Kid's a shithead, but I'm hoping he's But no, great guy. I fucking love him. So I always hit up Alex when we're down there, and Pat and all my other boys down there. So it's pretty great.
dope. And how is your scooter feeling right now? Obviously, you're on the TSI. You've left the Lucky behind, and you got a few Trinity parts on there as well. Are you stoked on what you're riding right now?
Dude, so fucking hyped on it right now. Like, no diss on Lucky. I left on good terms. I still love those dudes, but like,
Right.
fuck me, that deck sucked. Like, this is like rich. So yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're stoked on what you're riding. There's no better feeling than like riding a scooter that you're like comfortable on.
Dude, it's been like the first time in so long. I'm like, wow, like ripping a bowl in this thing's just like nothing else. It slides over coping like nothing. It's great.
That's beautiful, man. I'm stoked to see it because I remember when you sent me your welcome to video. There was bowl clips, and I was actually so fucking hyped, dude.
Dude, that's what I'm trying to do more of, man. Like, it's hard to ride pools out here in Northwest because like
I don't doubt it.
You can't find them. I mean, last like 2 weeks ago in Seattle, me and Cooper Clark were trying to find this pool. We got the pin for it, and we drove all the way down there.
Mm-hmm.
It was at this abandoned hotel, and we get there, and the whole place is leveled. Like, they demolished it, like, the day before.
R.I.P., dude. Fuck.
Yeah, so, yeah. But, yeah, triple flips I think that's the tightest thing in scootering, so, yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Nothing worse than losing spots, and I'm glad to hear you're really, like, honing your riding and trying to focus on the bowl riding because you really do shred the shit out of a bowl. I love that part about your style, so I think it'd be dope to expose that a little bit. So right now you're living with a couple roommates. What have you got planned for the future in the next couple of years? Like, where do you want to be once this thing hopefully eventually blows over?
I mean, that's a hell of a question too, but I'm probably stuck in Bellingham for another like 4 years. I'm going to school up here,
right.
Community college, and then transferring to university. So I'm probably gonna be here for like another few years. I'm living with some childhood friends and some homies I met up here. So
sweet.
That's it. Then hopefully after that, I want to get the hell out of here because Washington is so wet and it's not tight.
It's not the greatest spot for riding. It's got its gems, but you get somewhere sunny all the time. It's easy to be more effective. But I think sticking with school and having a plan, that's super important. So I'm glad to hear that's sort of where you're at.
Oh yeah.
So we touched a little bit on Lucky, but what ultimately for you was the reason you wanted to part ways there?
So, like, basically, Lucky hasn't had the best reputation for supporting their riders. I mean, they got their big dogs, Cody Floam and fucking John Marco. I don't even know.
Right.
I don't really know his name, but they have the best. Yeah, right. They don't know me, so I don't care. But but like, I don't know. They haven't treated their riders too well, and like, they gave me a lot of perks and like hooked me up with a deck, which I'm forever grateful for. But and flown me out places, but.
Mm-hmm.
And when it came down to it, they didn't really listen to my input, and it wasn't really a team.
Right.
Also, it was me and my buddy Patrick Schneider at the end of it, and I was like, I love Pat, but I was like, I need to ride for like a team, and yeah, I'd rather be with homies I know, and then these kids that don't even know me and like don't really do the things I like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's almost like a sports team more than like a homie team, like it's not like a big family.
Yeah, exactly. And, like, they're more in it for the money, and, like, the people who own it, it's a family, and that's how they make their living, and I completely understand that.
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't know. I don't think they're pushing scootering in the right direction, so I was pretty over supporting a company that did something like that. I'd rather support a company I'm proud of than kind of embarrassed to tell people about it,
Yeah. I feel you, dude. So you actually touched on it a little bit there, but I was going to ask, obviously you did have your name on that deck. I wanted to know how much input you got and if you had any like choosing in the dimensions or like how restrained were you?
So the whole new Evo deck, so when I got put on Lucky, they gave me their old Evo and I went into because their headquarters is right by my old house.
Okay.
So I went in there and basically told them, yo, this sucks. Like, I don't want to ride this. We need to change it. And they're like, oh, we're like, no one's told us that before. I mean, maybe people have, I don't know, but that's what they told me. And so basically I gave them the dimensions and like told them to square it and make pretty much, I designed pretty much with the help of them. I don't know how to design shit, but like pretty much told them what I wanted and they made that. So yeah, I pretty much helped out making the new Evo deck. And then after that, they were stoked and they gave me the deck. And then, so yeah, that was pretty sweet.
Sick. And how did you find out you were getting a sick deck?
They hit me up. Was it Grant? Shout out to Grant Trynyty, sick ass dude. Grant hit me up. He's the son of the owner. Hit me up and goes, "Hey, I need a design from you because it was about a year after I moved up to Bellingham, and about a year after I released my welcome video."
Yep.
He's like, "Hey, we're gonna give you a sick deck. I need a design." I was like, "Well, shit. Let's wait. I need to film a video for this first."
Priorities.
Yeah, exactly. And so they brought in some artists, and I gave them design, and then I put a mountain on there just from my hometown, so that was tight.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and so yeah, it was pretty under the table. They told me I knew about it maybe a year and a half before it came out. So yeah, I don't know.
A lot of anticipation.
I'm a surprise type deal though. I feel like that'd be kind of cool. Get a surprise signature part or something like that, you know?
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's a part of the experience. Is that ceremonial side of it, you know?
Dude, totally. You guys did that for Cameron, right? With this grip
We surprised the snot out of Cam, dude. So we're at the Pro Invitational, and there's the shop at Lataz, and he's outside with the boys doing whatever they do, and he goes back inside, and everyone's sort of huddled around the grip tape corner. We had printed onto a grip tape, so we can print here on grip tape in Montreal. We put Cameron, Robbie, welcome to Trinity. And it took him maybe 4 minutes to see it. And when he saw all the homies were in the shop at the same time, just waiting for him to see it.
Yep.
What's everyone looking at me for? And then he saw it, and he's just like, ah.
Yeah,
so, exactly. those moments, they're cool to be able to give them to him. And he had no clue, not a clue. But me and Bull had planned that for time.
Dude, see, that's the ideal situation. All the homies there, everyone's stoked. The person getting it, it's just what?
Yep.
You guys killed it on that. That's.
I think the year before that too, maybe 2 weeks before the jam, I told Lloyd, I was like, "Yo, Ben is gonna be the next rider on Trinity." I've decided, and he's like, "Sweet, we'll figure it out." And he ends up winning the jam, so we weren't planning on telling him then. But since he won the jam, we're like, "Fuck it." We just announced after he won the jam that he was also on the team, and same thing, everyone was there, so it's a ceremonial thing, and that's always fun to have.
Dude, exactly. That shit, that brings up so much more hype around the community too. People get way more stoked. If there's because you don't know, yeah, I don't know. That makes it way more fun. Honestly.
Yeah, and that's why when you were like, all right, I want to film a welcome video and we're gonna do this right, I was like, we've picked the right guy. This is, this is perfect.
Weird. Yeah, I know.
When did you first hear about Trinity? When was Ethan kind of mentioning the Trinity vibes to you?
Dude, I've known about Trinity for I don't know, years. Whenever you guys came out, that was a while back.
3 years ago now.
Zach Martin had a Trinity fender, and that's where I learned about it. He told me about that.
Right.
And, so I spent Boole spent about a week with me and all my hot soup boys down in Portland.
Yep.
He was with Sneath. And so we spent a week in Portland filming. Yeah. Lot, and then basically I didn't know Boole at all, but over that whole week me and him got along great, and
yep.
I became really good friends with him, and we ended up throwing him on hot soup because he's just such a homie.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, dude, how hot's the soup? And he knew the answer, so freaking put him on. And then I think maybe a few months after that all happened, he just hit me up and was like, yo, we're looking for US riders. Are you down? I was like, yeah, dude, that sounds sick. So down. Yeah. So, and then I got in contact with you guys, and that's where we are now, basically.
Yeah, we made it happen. It was fun because we've really taken our time, keeping it tight, and as a family is super important. And
totally.
You're only the second rider that we've put on the team that Lloyd or I hasn't personally met and then vibed with.
Yeah.
But for me, Ethan's literally my brother. So when he's like, yo, Jackson's legit, he's got the attitude, and he'd fit right in. I was like, all right, dude, that's that works. And then we sent you some parts. I wouldn't want to just put you on a team without having tried the parts. So we sent you.
And that's what I appreciate.
You know what I'm saying?
Much. Oh yeah, that was great. I didn't want to get them and then already tell you guys I'm down to get the parts and not be stoked, because I've done that before, and it's
There you go. That's why.
Yeah, but I got the parts. I mean, the big wheels. I can't ride the big wheels. That's just me. I'm a little guy.
Yeah.
But everything else, dude.
I'm a little guy.
The fork.
Yeah, the fork. I saw you riding the fork, and you've got the fender, and we do have some 110s on the way right now, with the T-bar and a few other things I'm sure you'll throw on.
Oh
actually,
yeah. Oh,
like this time next month, as long as everything goes to plan, we'll have all our new stuff, and we have everything except the deck, and then the deck's in the works too. So
oh nice.
yeah, it should be a fun year.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'm stoked. I'm super
All right,
stoked.
and last thing I wanted to touch on. I'm actually a bit ashamed. I'll use the sunburn and like my tiredness as an excuse, but I should have mentioned how hot the soup was in my intro.
No worries, man.
What are the origins of hot soup? What is like the full backstory of that?
So not many people know this, but so the original story of how hot soup began was me and my two buddies, Connor and Joe. They're skateboarders. We decided to make like a crew, and was it Joe kind of stopped skating, and then Connor was like doing his own skating thing, and like I put on Devin Sidlowski.
Yep.
7 I hope he sees this because he's gonna get pissed if I said that. But
Devin Sidlowski.
yeah, and then I knew all these dudes from was it Boise, like Lucas Fahringer, Jack Brow, was it Austin Mothman, and so those are all my scooter pals. And then basically we just kind of sang it. It honestly started as a joke because we had no idea what the fuck it was. Like,
right.
we would just go to street jams, like the first Portland street jam. We'd just be screaming hot soup just to get stoked. And then everybody else started screaming it, and we're like, yo, this could catch on. I mean, we haven't really done anything with it. We're filming a video as we speak right now, but everybody's got their own projects, so it's a slow. But yeah, pretty much just a group of homies. We're all shitheads. We're hetch as fuck, and we just do whatever we want. And we don't take it either. Yeah.
That's exactly the story I was hoping to hear. It's not some random bullshit. It's really just a bunch of homies doing their thing.
Yeah, pretty much, dude. And we don't really know what the whole thing is, but we'll figure it out. Yeah.
If you had to define it, you couldn't, but that's what makes it so great.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what I've been telling people.
Dude. Well, look, Jackson, I really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy quarantine day to sit down and catch up with me, and maybe we'll do another one of these in the future. And obviously, we'll be in touch very soon regarding some new stuff coming. So I'm real stoked to grow this bond we've started with you being on the team and see where we can take it.
Oh yeah, dude! I'm stoked to see what the future brings, man.
Hell yeah, buddy. We'll keep doing these quarantine interviews as much as we can, and until then, peace out, everybody.
Yeah, peace out. Stay safe, brother.